I still agree that the phones should be like locked in every car automatically.
But what about the passenger?
Car can't determine passenger's phone versus your phone. I think all phones just need to be cut.
That's terrible. You're on a 20. You're on like a 20-hour road trip. You're driving to New York City, and the person sitting in the passenger seat, their phone is just cut. They're like, "Welcome to my world." Sit there bored the whole ride. Shit might be kind of good.
So, switching it over, should vehicles just have automatic safety measures when it comes to phones being used in a car? Should there be like if you're driving with a phone, it automatically just shut it off and won't let you use it, only receive or make calls? What do you guys think? That good to have, or should it be?
I think it's good and bad. There's times where I find myself trying to figure out ways to bypass the safety features. But I mean, I think it's probably largely a good thing, right? The majority of accidents happen because some amount of attention isn't being paid, either because you're drinking or you're too sleepy or you're looking at your phone. But like, you need to pay attention to drive. These are like machines that could kill people. And yeah, we should make it difficult for people to do bad things, I think.
I pulled out my phone for the first time riding a moped tonight. I almost slammed into the back of a van. I was like, oh my God, this is way more serious than I ever thought. It was the first time I had ever done it. I was like, no, this song sucks. I'm going to pick another song from a different playlist. And I literally almost ran into the back of a fucking van. I was like, and it was literally like 2 seconds I took away from the road.
That's sick.
I woke up.
Hey, you have to master the peripheral vision. You gotta like keep looking forward, and you gotta bring the phone just within your periffs so that you could kind of like operate. You're kind of flying blind a little bit, but yeah, nah. There's times where I be looking at I don't ever be on my phone when I'm driving. It's very rare. But on occasion I'll like switch a song or something. That's really 99% of the time I look at my phone in the car is to Spotify. And I try my best at a red light, or if we're going really slow, or like if there's no traffic in front of me, then I could feel a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, I found myself looking at my phone and drifting out of my lane or getting a little too close to the car in front of me. Like, it's a very dangerous thing to be doing. Like,
Facts.
No, yeah. Would you agree then that they should just automatically put it in the car forcefully and you are not able to remove it, or you think you should be able to have that freedom to have the option?
I think
I think you need to have the freedom. There's gonna be situations that like, I don't know. What if you're driving and something terrible happens? You got to call 911 and your car's locking you out.
No, you can make calls, and like you can receive and make calls. Like you can say, "Hey, Siri," or
sorry,
hey,
it sounded
whoever.
like you just said, "Should you be locked out from using your phone?"
Well, locked out, but I mean like being able to text message, read text messages, or go on social media apps. I'm just saying your phone can only be used to receive the call, or you can voice activate a call like, hey, call mother, call 911, like that. Other than that, you can't use your phone for anything. Like, should that be a forced thing? Like each vehicle needs to have it.
I mean, it would. All right. So I have a big issue with cars, period, because so many people die every year from cars, from people not paying attention. We're set to have the most dangerous year for cyclists in New York. There's already so many people that have died, and we're only in April. So especially in New York, you can get squished by a truck. Nobody will see a day in fucking in jail. Recently, a guy got smushed by a big old USPS. The big boys. He got smushed. It didn't look for him. They took a right turn, smushed him. That guy got $1,000 fine, and he has to go take a driving course. And it's like, yo, that's really the fine for like death? Like you murder somebody, and that's all you got. Like the wife was crying outside the courthouse. She's like couldn't believe it. But I think there's like a serious issue with holding people accountable while they're driving, making sure they're paying attention. If I think there should be like a camera in your car that like diagnoses if you're tired, like, hey, you look tired. You should maybe try to go to sleep soon or stuff like that. You don't look like you should be driving right now. Maybe something like that. I don't know.
I have a coworker who, at my job, we got a truck from another branch or whatever, and it's GPS loaded to the T. I'm talking about 2 different cameras, one facing outward to cars, one facing you, with a microphone, and it's embedded into the truck so it knows how fast you're going, how fast you're turning you're making U-turns or whatever, the G-force and everything. This guy got like emails with his recorded voice and everything of him driving because he made a turn too tight. And it would record everything. He said, bro, where's the privacy? Like, it just automatically records my audio, this, and that, and the third. I'm like, well, you were going like 30 miles an hour, and then you did a sharp turn to make a U-turn. That's mad dangerous. Like, it's actually, and he, after a while, he was just like, bro, this is invading privacy. Like, anything I do, I can't shift the lane without hitting the signal light. I can't do this. And it kind of took me back to like, that's a good thing. I think it's good that you're getting caught by improperly driving. Like, you should use your signal lights. You should brake. You shouldn't go 60 and then hit the brakes and then, you know what I mean? Like, that's all causes accidents. So I was like, I'm in the side of
It's interesting
like, yeah.
that you feel this way about this and not about weapons. It's weird. I'm like, all right, you should be this way about guns too.
But how can you can't control? That's a whole different. That's nowhere near the same.
You can't. It's uncontrollable. The guns, they walk out of the stores.
You could be like the Watchman, where the cop couldn't even take the gun out the holster until someone
the fat
beeped
guy.
No, he wasn't fat.
He was a fat guy with like a.
He was a
like
a
a
big
dog
guy.
or something like that. He had like a dog.
He was a
costume on.
He was a fat dog guy. Yeah, he had a costume.
And everybody hated him. And nobody liked him.
Nobody.
What
Yeah.
I'm talking about in the intro scene of The Watchmen.
The guy who was...
It's a black man in the car trying to get his gun out, and some white man just sprays the whip up.
Well, he's asking the person, and the person is who's supposed to unlock the gun for him. That's
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I wasn't clear on. Yeah. That didn't. All those animals, that made zero sense.
Yeah.
It was mad animals. But anyways, that's what Tony should want. Is this world where all our guns are locked until someone's breaking in my house. I need to grab my gun. Sir, are you in danger? Yeah, I can see. Do they have a weapon on them? I don't know. They're on the other side of the door. Find out if they have a weapon on them before. You're like, huh? What? Like,
see, that
sounds horrifying, to be honest. Like,
way different.
What about if it was like
to
Judge Dredd? You fucking touch their gun and fucking blows your arm.
I do. So you guys wouldn't be in the camp for that though? Like that car having 100% power over, or like it's just reporting everything to your insurance company. Be like, hey, this guy's driving like crazy. Like raise his bill up because he's just not.
I don't know what the answer is to get people to drive safer. The only thing I could think of is restricting the car. That's all I could think of. Why does a car need to do 120? Why can't everybody just go like 80 max, 90 maybe?
I'm with Doey. My car could hit like 160 miles an hour for no reason.
For what? Like,
damn, that's throttling. Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah,
160
that's
on
a valid
the
point.
daddy?
But I mean, what if you get like a Lambo?
You ever been in a car going that fast?
It looks like
it does not
weird.
feel good.
120 is the max for me.
I had a friend who lived in Port St. Lucie for a little while, but they basically still lived in Palm Beach. They used to hit this trip every day, pretty much. It's like an hour drive to and from, to and from, to and from. The most reckless drivers you'll ever know are people that have to commute a long distance regularly. Like people who got to drive an hour like every day. These are the craziest drivers in the world. These people would just be like, "Oh, time to drive over there. Well, I'm gonna hit $140 because I just want to minimize how and you're being in this little car. And we talking about a hooptie. This thing could fall apart if you just blow on this thing, hitting 140." Yo, the other cars are coming at you so fast. It is not a good feeling. It is very scary. Cars don't need to go that fast.
I would agree with you guys for certain cars, not all cars. Like
I don't like unless it's a race car. I don't think a car needs to go that fast.
If I buy a Lambo, I don't want to be throttled at 80 miles an hour. Like.
I think you should be throttled at whatever is an appropriate speed. I don't know why you need to go faster. But
yeah, that I mean, I understand the want to go fast, but I think you have to be in an appropriate setting for it. Like a highway or something. Like something where, you know what I mean, where everyone else is going fast. Because like the German Autobahn is a real thing. Like there's hundreds of miles of where you could just go as fast as you want. And that doesn't have major deaths like you would think. So I think if there were like appropriate places for people to do stuff like that, I think it would be less of a problem. But I think places like New York, I just can't see a use for like people. They drive them out here. They drive fast cars, motorcycles. I live in front of the West Side Highway, so I hear them all the time racing.
Do you imagine a Lambo going $120 in New York City?
They did it during the pandemic. There was a guy who drove around the entire Manhattan. It was like under 20 minutes or something like that. He went over 100 miles and then he got arrested for it because he recorded everything. Yeah, and then so like he had proof that he went this fast around and he broke all these laws. But it was really cool watching it. It's still on the internet, I'm pretty sure.
I still agree that the phones should be like locked in every car automatically. But
what about the passenger? Then their phone gets locked too? Like what type of bullshit is that?
How does the car can't determine passenger's phone versus your phone? I think all phones just need to be cut.
Niggas can't drive your car no more.
That's terrible. You're on a 20-hour road trip. You're driving to New York City, and the person sitting in the passenger seat, their phone is just cut. They're like, "Welcome to my world." Sit there bored the whole ride. Sure might be kind of good.
They'll start conversations.
No DJ, no nothing.
Oh damn! I forgot all about the music play off the phone.
But yeah.
Though you brought up a very good point, throttling cars. That would also save a lot of speed accidents too. Like,
I think if you want to save accidents, right?
Save lives.
You want to minimize the number of accidents and save lives, invest in public transit. It's the biggest thing you could do. Take a place like New York City. The public transit in New York City compared to the rest of America is amazing. Like my uncle doesn't know how to drive a car. And he's lived a whole life riding trains, riding buses, walking. It could be done. But yeah, if we just invested more infrastructure for biking, better infrastructure for trains. Like, I was in Japan for 2 weeks. The train is crazy out there. Like, It's like the New York subway, but immaculately clean. So everything is on schedule. the trains are fast.
Yo.
Like you could get all over the place fast.
The fastest
Like,
in the world. They timed it from they timed New York. If we would have had these, you're talking about making it downtown in like less than 10 minutes. It's like insanely fast. When that would take you over an hour, like it's just like 45 minutes. It's like super, they're called maglev trains and they're magnetically levitated on the track. It's fucking insane.
That
I don't
sounds
know much
dangerous
about
as
the
hell.
technology, but it's apparently safer.
It's safer.
But
That's
it does
just-
sound scary.
It sounds really, because you're
Just
going
like
like 600
magnets?
miles an hour and shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's
nigga.
some crazy number like that, 200 or 300. It's some crazy ass number.
I rode the bullet train from Tokyo to Kyoto, and it felt crazy because the train goes hundreds of miles an hour, very fast. The whole train got mad windows, and the train's in the middle of the city. It feels bizarre to pass buildings, cars at a speed like that. You're like, it feels like you're gonna crash because you're just in the city and you're seeing all these buildings whizzing by, and it's just something like you don't realize, like, oh, I've never experienced this before. Like being in the middle of a city going that fast. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, investing in public transit is probably would be the most impactful way. Like even our roads suck. Like
Facts.
building roads in such a way where there's less traffic, less potholes. Florida be raining all the time. These roads are built in such a way where the rain just sits on the road. You got pockets of highway that if you just going too fast, your car will just skid on you on the highway. That's crazy. You just start hydroplaning, like because the material of the road just doesn't wick the water away. Like,
Yeah, what just happened recently in Fort Lauderdale was fucking wild.
yeah. So I haven't even started looking at that, but I saw there was like this crazy flooding.
Bro,
I don't
the
even know what's
airport
going on.
was flooded. The airport, bro.
Yeah, but like what happened? It was just the rain that did it?
Yeah, we had like 3 days of rain back to back, almost 4 days back to back of heavy rain nonstop almost all day. And it got to the point like, well, Florida is a sea level state. That thing is at sea level. Florida at some point, like,
Yeah, but like what was the failure? Like was it a drainage problem?
it was just too much water. The drainage, they couldn't keep up. Just way too much water. It was
Same
just,
thing is happening over here.
Because I saw people on the internet blaming Ron DeSantis for this.
He's out of the state. He's in Ohio or one of these states, these swing states, trying to campaign for his presidency.
I see. But yeah, I saw people trying to, like, I shouldn't say trying. I'm out of the loop on this. But I saw people blaming Ron DeSantis for what's going on. And I just wasn't sure what his role was. Like if he recently tried to save some money by cutting back on something and then this backfired. Like I'm just out of the loop. So
I think he has like the power to call like a state of emergency and then like send the National Guard to Fort Lauderdale to help out and stuff like that.
And to be honest, I don't think they needed national security or anything like that for the rain. I mean, yeah, cars were floating down the street.
I mean,
like
he
houses.
declared a state of emergency.
So same thing happened in Buffalo. They thought that the snow wasn't going to be as bad. And then like 30 people died in one day. And then it ended up being like almost 100. It was crazy. And everybody, it was just it was like a snowstorm, but just a really bad one. So like whenever you see anything in like excess, it's going to end up really bad.
Yeah. I don't think, but that's still not his fault for that. Like,
I think it's just you're the governor and you need to be in the state when shit is going down. I've heard every governor get shitted on for this. The guy from Texas, what's that guy that everybody hates? Even the guy, the Donald Trump talked shit about his wife. It's so terrible. And he still ended up fucking promoting Donald Trump.
Ted Cruz?
Yeah, Ted Cruz.
Yeah, that's absurd.
He said his wife was ugly or something.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
everybody gets flack for this. Like
Yeah.
Obama got flack for not responding to certain things in a timely manner. Like, remember when 9/11 happened? George Bush was reading books, children's books in elementary school, and some people like I think he tried to play it cool, like he finished reading the thing and then he left a little early. But people were like, he should have left that second and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it seems like a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation, to be completely honest. Like even this Ron DeSantis situation, if what you're saying is he's in some other state campaigning for his like presidential bid, and then this happened, it's like I don't know. I guess he should come back immediately and start doing things, sure, but like how's he supposed to know a climate disaster is about to occur? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Facts.
I mean, it's around that time. Like, you ever heard of King's Tide?
This is the worst flooding in 280 years. I don't think he could have known that was gonna happen.
I don't know. I think a year or two
ago. This is like historic rains. This is a once in 1,000-year rainfall event. Like, it's
like a year or two ago, we had King's Tide hit Miami, flooded.
I'm just telling you what the internet's telling me. Right?
Yeah,
like,
don't believe
you know about King's Tide. I'm just telling you about the amount of rain. It was record-setting.
No, it was a lot. Even my branch was like flooded too, to like almost knee high. Nah, well, shin high. Shit was crazy. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you stuck with us throughout this entirety of this episode, hit that subscribe button, share, like, follow. We're on all social media platforms. We're on Discord. We got a channel. Come in, join, talk with us. Hit it up. And by the way, shout out to all the fans of newly subs. We're doing pretty good right now this year. This year we're on a very good scale. And we appreciate everybody who came out, subbed, and shared, and kept your friends in the loop for joining up the One Up gang. But like always, people, go one up yourself. Peace.